The library was dark, silent, forbidden after hours. Emma pushed the heavy oak door open, the hinges groaning. She slipped inside, heart pounding. Moonlight filtered through arched windows, painting long shadows on the dusty floor. She moved between towering bookshelves, each one holding 1,000 whispers. Emma ran a finger along aging spines, searching. For weeks she had dreamt of this place, felt its secrets pulling her closer. Tonight she would find the truth. A cold draft touched her cheek, coming from a shadowy corner. Emma moved towards it, her hand trembling as she reached out. She found a loose brick in the wall. One tug, and it came free, revealing a metal ring. Below, a set of stairs descended into darkness. Emma took a deep breath and grabbed the ring, pulling. A section of the wall swung inwards, revealing a hidden doorway. The air grew colder, smelling of damp earth and something else, something metallic and sharp. Fear coiled in her stomach, but curiosity burned brighter. Emma switched on her phone's flashlight, the beam cutting through the suffocating blackness. She took a step inside. The air grew heavy, pressing down on her. The doorway slid shut with a heavy thud, sealing her inside. Panic surged through her, but she pushed it down. There was no turning back now, not until she knew what secrets this place held. Emma descended slowly, each step echoing in the silence. The air grew colder, the scent of damp earth intensifying. She emerged into a long concrete corridor, lit by flickering fluorescent lights overhead. The corridor stretched before her, lined with steel doors. Each one was marked with a number and a small barred window. Emma approached the first door cautiously, peering through the window. Inside, a cot sat bolted to the floor, a thin mattress stained and torn. A metal sink and toilet stood against one wall. It looked more like a cell than a room. And then she saw them. Files stacked on a metal desk in the corner. Hundreds of them, each bearing a name and a photograph. Names and faces she recognized from her small town. Emma tried the door handle. Locked. She moved to the next door, and the next, each one locked tight. Finally, she found one that yielded to her touch. This room was different. No cot, no toilet. Instead, a large metal table dominated the center of the room. Thick straps hung from its sides, and strange medical instruments lay scattered on its surface. A shiver ran down Emma's spine. This was no ordinary room. This was a place of pain, of fear, a place where people came to be experimented on. On the wall, she saw a framed certificate. It bore the name of a pharmaceutical company, NextGen Biotech. The name sent a chill down her spine. NextGen was a major employer in their town, a seemingly benevolent giant that had brought jobs and prosperity. But what if that generosity came at a cost? What if their miracle cures were the result of something far more sinister? Emma's blood ran cold. She had stumbled upon a truth too terrible to ignore. Emma's eyes fell on a computer in the corner. It was old, but still functional. She powered it on, her fingers flying across the keyboard. She had to find out what happened here. Who were these people, and what did NextGen do to them? The computer whirred to life, its screen flickering. With a sinking heart, Emma realized there was only one video file on the entire hard drive. She clicked on it, her breath catching in her throat as the image flickered to life. On the screen, a woman sat strapped to a chair, her eyes filled with terror. Emma recognized her instantly. Anna, her childhood friend who had vanished without a trace months ago. Anna's face was pale, her lips moving silently. Two men in lab coats stood over her, their faces obscured by surgical masks. They spoke to her in low, soothing tones, but their eyes held a cold, calculating glint. Emma watched in horror as they injected Anna with a glowing green liquid. Anna screamed, her body convulsing. Then, the screen went black. Emma's stomach churned. She had to get out of here. She had to tell someone what she had seen. But as she turned to leave, a high-pitched siren pierced the air. Red lights began flashing, bathing the corridor in an eerie glow. A robotic voice boomed through hidden speakers. Containment breach detected. Initiating lockdown procedures. The steel door at the end of the corridor slammed shut, sealing her fate. Emma was trapped. Fear, raw and primal, surged through her. She raced towards the sealed door, pounding on the cold metal. "Help!" she screamed. "Someone, please!" But her voice was swallowed by the thick concrete walls. She was completely alone. Then, she heard it. Footsteps, heavy and measured, echoing down the corridor towards her. They were coming. Emma's heart pounded against her ribs, each thud a death knell. She spun around, searching for an escape, but there was nowhere to go. The footsteps grew louder, closer. She could hear the rasp of breathing now, feel the heat of another presence. Emma backed away, her hand reaching for the knife in her pocket. It was a feeble weapon, but it was all she had. She closed her eyes, bracing herself for the inevitable. The footsteps stopped right behind her.